Hello, hello, welcome back to Midnight Kitchen. Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite food items, dumplings. As you can see, we love ordering dumplings, we love making dumplings, we like making it regularly, we like making it for festivals and for parties all the time. It can be thought of as a quick solo meal, or you can think of it as a perfect party event. Dumplings are so versatile. You can fill them with just about any ingredient, from meat, vegetarian, you name it. For this recipe, we're going to be using the classic marinating minced pork, cabbage, shrimp. That's it. Dumpling is actually an umbrella term for many forms, from wontons to xiaolongbao, which is a soup-filled dumpling, or a pot sticker, or a classic pan-fried dumpling. For many Chinese festivals, we love including dumplings in the menu. That is because the shape of a dumpling looks very similar to a piece of gold or a gold nugget. The idea is having this gold nugget shaped food item hopefully means we're going to be having a lucky year. If this is your first time making a dumpling filling or any type of meatloaf-like product for Chinese cuisine, do a taste test. Pan fry a small piece and see if you need to adjust. We like to have a little bit of bite for our vegetables, and therefore we don't break down or use a blender to blend down your vegetables. For moisture-filled ingredients, we do like to add approximately 1 teaspoon of salt that helps release some of the unnecessary moisture. Look at the amount of liquid that we were able to remove from the cabbage. After drying the cabbage a bit, you can transfer it to your meat mixture. We love dumpling making because it is so versatile. You can put just about anything in it that you love. After forming an elongated strand, cut the dough into individual pieces approximately 1 inch or so, and then press the center of the dough with your thumb. For us, we like making the wrappers from scratch. You get a nice chewy texture that you don't get with store-bought versions. It is time consuming. However, if you're making a large batch, you can easily keep it in the freezer and eat it for a couple months. The reason is because we want a thin edge and a slightly thicker center that will support all your fillings and its juices. On top of that, you don't want a thick pleat on the top and a very thin base. With dumpling making, there's a little bit of trial and error. It depends on, for example, how big is your wrapper. My first example is to show you don't be greedy with your ingredients. Approximately 1 tablespoon or so is sufficient. Start by folding this circular wrapper in half into a moon shape, and then pinch the center top point first. And then you're going to start pleating, but surrounding that midpoint, and then go outwards. The best thing about homemade dough is that elastic texture. You can have just about any awkward circular shape and it'll turn out beautiful. Don't worry if you didn't catch it the first time. I will be showing you this multiple times, and feel free to fast forward. I'm not in front of camera pressure, this is what it looks like. Now let's look at how a pro does it. My mother also folds this into half, but not close it all the way. She works from one side to the next, often right to left. With one of her fingers she grabs and the other she pinches simultaneously. This is indeed a family effort. While my dad is making the wrappers, my mom is folding the dumplings, and I am cooking it. If you're using store-bought dumpling wrappers, have a small bowl of water on the side. This helps your dumplings stick during the initial stage. Start by adding approximately 1 teaspoon of salt to your water, and that helps flavor and also changes the boiling point. When the water boils, start to drop your dumplings. Don't worry about the low water level because the key is to add cold water 3 times. For the pan-fried version, heat up a non-stick or a cast iron skillet works just as well. Add 1 tablespoon of oil, heat that up, and then you can line up your dumplings. Now that the water is boiling, add more water to it. That brings down the temperature. The key is to create a minor sear at the bottom of these raw dumplings, and then you're gonna add water, and that is what cooks the dumplings. We do not cook dumplings in completely dry skillets. This is due to 2 main reasons. 1, we have raw ingredients inside our dumpling, so you need to cook it. If you're pan frying with oil completely, you're gonna get a fried dumpling, and it's not the same. With this water trick, you get a really nice chewy skin that we love. The ingredients are perfectly cooked. There is juice still remaining from all the meat and cabbage and shrimp, but at the same time, the skin is perfect, and therefore we use this rapid cooling type of method. Traditionally, we want a dumpling with a crispy bottom, but also we want the skin to be chewy and having some bite and texture. We don't want a completely crispy fried texture. That's why we add water to cook our dumplings, and then we use oil to crisp up the bottom. For a lot of restaurants, they don't rely on the starch that comes out of these dumplings to create that lattice. They make a starch component and drizzle that towards the end, and that's how you get a really beautiful lattice at the end. We like to use this pan tilting technique. If the whole sheet of dumplings slides around, this is an indication that there is a nice sear for all your dumplings, and you don't need to flip them one by one. Please be patient when creating this crust and keep your heat at medium. The reason is because if you crank up your heat, the starch from all the dumplings will burn quickly and you might get a charred dumpling. Since this is a family meal and we're dying to eat this, we didn't worry about getting a beautiful lettuce. Here is example number 2 when I prepared this last time. Indeed, I heat up the pan, added oil, and created a basic sear, and then I added my liquid. Then cooked down the dumplings, and for these they were extra large, so therefore I added a little bit more liquid to compensate for these larger size dumplings. This is one of the most gratifying parts when you see that nice golden brown crust at the bottom. See at the end of the cook, the skin is nice and firm. It is bouncy, but it doesn't look like it is liquid filled and about to explode. That is a sign that your dumplings are overcooked, especially in hot water. Sauces are endless. We do love fresh garlic with a little bit of aged Chinese vinegar, soy sauce. That's it. If you love spicy food, this is the perfect time to whip out your chili crunch. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this one, please like, comment, subscribe. See you next time.